Some people will tell you it's a criminal offence to talk to a drone pilot while he's flying his drone. Let's check the actual law, because that claim doesn't actually hold up. Is it a criminal offence to chat to a drone operator while they're flying? You might have heard that it is, that interrupting a pilot is illegal, that you're interfering with an aircraft. It sounds right, but let's have a look closer at the reality, and let's have a look at the actual legislation. So, under UK law, there are offences relating to aircraft, specifically around endangering an aircraft or people. But that's the key phrase, endangering. Now, this is where people get it wrong. They see that wording and assume that any distraction, like talking to a drone pilot, must fall under it. But it doesn't, because the law is very specific. It's about acting in a way that is likely to endanger an aircraft or person. That means a real, credible risk of harm, not just an inconvenience, not even just a distraction. We're talking about things like physically interfering with the pilot, grabbing the controller, throwing something at the drone or the pilot, doing something that could realistically cause a loss of control. That's what this law is aimed at. But simply walking up and speaking to someone, even if it's poorly timed, even if it is a bit of a distraction, it doesn't meet that threshold. If it did, then almost any interaction in a public space could be considered a criminal offence. And that's clearly not how the law is written or applied. There's nothing in UK legislation that says talking to a drone operator is illegal. It might be frustrating for the pilot, some pilots, but it's not in itself a crime, so no criminal offence there. What should you do if it happens? Because chances are at some point it will happen. You'll be in mid-flight concentrating and somebody will approach you, usually out of curiosity, and they'll start asking questions.
That's cool, how'd you manage that?
It's just a drone, pal. Hold on, give me a wee second. Let me land it.
All right, yeah.
And I'll have a chat with you.
And that's how easy it is?
It's a drone. See, if you look on here, that's the view you get, right?
Wow.
So it's the important thing to remember is this: when you're flying, your priority should be the aircraft, the drone. So you don't try to hold a conversation while you're in the air, and don't react negatively either, if possible. Keep it simple. A calm response just like that. Give me a minute, pal, and I'll land it and I'll show you. That's really all it takes. It may interrupt your flight for a few minutes, but if you've got a few more batteries and the light's not going to change all that much, it's not really going to put you out, and it may just get that member of the public on your side. He may have had a negative image of drones and drone pilots. You can change all that, and you never know. This guy might be a massive TikToker, massive YouTuber, or have a big following that he will maybe go on and say, I bumped into a drone pilot the other day. They're actually okay, those guys, rather than the getting tarred with the same brush as a lot of bad drone pilots and maybe even auditors these days. So if you acknowledge the person that comes up, but stay focused on the drone, then there's no distraction there. There's no criminal offence has been happening by anyone at all. Because under drone rules, you are responsible for the safety of that flight at all times. So that's the correct approach. Keep your eyes on the drone, maintain visual line of sight, complete what you're doing, and then bring the drone down in a controlled way. Once you've landed, that's when you can engage with the person that's come up and maybe wants to have a conversation about something with you. In most cases, you'll find that people aren't really trying to cause a problem. They are actually interested. They're maybe even thinking about buying a drone, getting a drone for a relative, and they've got an opportunity now, they think, to maybe have a closer look at one and see what they actually do. Drones do still attract attention, and it's not always negative. So take a minute, show them the drone, explain what you're doing, answer the few questions they have. You'll often turn that potentially distractive interaction into a positive interaction. It matters because how you respond in these moments doesn't just affect you, it affects how the public sees drone pilots in general. So, to summarise, no, chatting to a drone pilot is not automatically a criminal offence under UK law. But as the pilot, you are still responsible for flying safely. So, stay calm, stay in control, and deal with the situation professionally and friendly if you can. That's how you protect yourself and the reputation of the wider community.